Welcome. So if you're an IT pro who's been thinking about making the jump from traditional networking into the world of automation, you have definitely come to the right place. Today, we're going to break down the entire career roadmap, step by step, to help you turn that expertise you already have into an incredibly high-demand skill. We've got the whole path laid out, so let's just dive right in.
So the big question is, are you ready to future-proof your career? To go from manually plugging away at device configs to orchestrating entire networks with just a few lines of code? You know, this is about way more than just learning a new skill. It's about making yourself absolutely essential in today's IT world.
We've got a really clear path for you today. First, we'll cover the groundwork, the networking and Python fundamentals. Then we'll get into the core automation toolkit. After that, we'll tackle the thing you'll be doing every day, turning raw text into usable data. Then we'll give you a 90-day launch plan, and we'll wrap up with maybe the most important part, how to build a portfolio that actually gets you hired.
And you know, the best part about this whole journey is that you are not starting from zero, not even close. That networking knowledge you've built up over the years, that is the perfect foundation. So let's start right there with what you already know.
Okay, before you even think about writing a single line of code, you have to be absolutely rock solid on the fundamentals. We're talking the OSI model, TCP versus UDP, IP addressing and subnetting, VLANs, and of course your routing basics like OSPF or BGP. This is your home turf, and honestly, it's the most important piece of the entire puzzle.
Now, once that foundation is solid, then we bring in the Python. And look, you don't need to become a Python master overnight. Just focus on the stuff that really matters for networking, things like variables and data types, and especially lists and dictionaries, because that's how you'll structure all your network data. Then get comfortable with loops, conditionals, functions, and, this is a big one, exception handling. That's what's going to keep your scripts from crashing and burning in a real production environment.
And here is where it all clicks together for the first time. Before you go and try to automate the entire network, you got to ask a simple question. Can my script even reach the device? Your very first real task should be writing a simple Python script to ping a device. This little step validates your entire setup, and it's the perfect bridge between your networking knowledge and your new Python skills.
All right, with that groundwork in place, it is time to pick up your power tools. And in the world of network automation, knowing which tool or which library to use for a specific job is honestly half the battle.
So here's a choice you'll face all the time. You could use a library like Paramiko. It gives you raw, low-level SSH control, which sounds cool, but it means you have to write code for everything, like manually waiting for the command prompt to show up before you send the next command. Or you can use Netmiko. It was built by network engineers for network engineers. It automatically figures out the different vendor prompts and handles all those little connection details for you, which makes your code so much cleaner and simpler.
To really nail this down, think about it like this. Paramiko is like a raw key card to the server room. It gets you in the door, but that's it. Netmiko is more like a guided user login. It knows the common steps and simplifies them for you. But then you have NAPALM. Think of NAPALM as the building manager's master key. It gives you one standard way to pull data and push configs to a ton of different vendors, Cisco, Juniper, Arista, all using the exact same commands. It's a game changer.
Okay, so you can connect to your devices. That's awesome. But now we're going to get into the real work. This next part is what you'll be doing day in and day out, and it's what truly separates the beginners from the pros. This quote right here says it all. You know, the output from a command like show IP interface brief looks great to a human, but for a computer program, it's just a messy, unstructured wall of text. Your number one job as an automation engineer is to solve this exact problem.
So how do you do it? Well, the process is pretty straightforward. Your script runs a command, it gets back that block of ugly text, and then you apply a template. This could be a TextFSM template or a regular expression. The template is basically a set of rules that tells your script how to read the text and which little bits of information to pull out. And the final result? Beautiful structured data, like a Python dictionary or JSON that your code can actually understand and use. And this is exactly why getting good at parsing is so incredibly important. It's not just some technical exercise. It's the absolute foundation for building scripts that can automatically find problems, check configurations, and troubleshoot outages. That provides massive value, and believe me, employers know it.
Now, while parsing text from the command line is an essential skill, most modern devices offer a much cleaner way to get data: REST APIs. Instead of screen scraping text, an API lets you ask for data directly, and it comes back already structured.
You just use Python's request library to send a request to a device's endpoint, and you get back perfectly clean JSON. No messy parsing required. So when you boil it all down, real success in this field stands on two equal pillars. You absolutely need your deep networking knowledge to understand the what and the why of what you're automating, and you need the Python scripting skills to actually execute the how. Having one without the other just doesn't work.
Okay, enough theory. Let's make this real. How do you take all these concepts and actually become job ready? You do it with a concrete, time-bound plan.
And here it is, your 90-day sprint to a new career. In month 1, just focus on nailing the basics of Python and Netmiko. Build 1 or 2 small projects just to get your confidence up. In month 2, you're going to level up. Learn REST APIs, maybe dip your toes into Ansible, and, this is critical, start publishing your work to GitHub. Then, by month 3, you'll be ready to tackle a more advanced project, document it properly, and actually start applying for jobs.
And hey, want to know a little pro tip to really level up your workflow? Use Docker. It lets you package up your scripts and all the stuff they depend on into these little things called containers. This guarantees that your scripts will run the exact same way every single time, no matter where you run them. It is a total game changer for testing your code.
This brings us to the final, and I think the most important section of all. You've learned the skills, you've built the projects, but now you have to prove it. You have to show a recruiter what you can do.
So what do recruiters actually want to see? Not hello world projects, they want to see that you can solve real-world problems. Things like an automated script to back up device configs, a tool to create hundreds of VLANs at once, or a script that monitors network health. These are the kinds of projects that immediately show them your value.
And listen, how you present your code is just as important as the code itself. A commit message like updated script tells a recruiter nothing, but a professional one like feat add logic to handle Cisco iOS VLANs clearly explains what you did and why. It shows that you know how to work like a professional. And here's another pro move. When one of your scripts is stable and working perfectly, use Git to tag it with a version number, like v1.0. This sends a powerful signal to recruiters that you're not just messing around with code, you're building finished, reliable tools that are ready for production.
At the end of the day, I really want you to remember this. Your GitHub portfolio is your new resume. It is the living, breathing proof of what you can do. That's why we say that one single professional, well-documented project on GitHub is worth more than 100 bullet points on a PDF resume. So make it count.
So, there you have it. You have the complete roadmap from the fundamental concepts all the way to a portfolio that will get you noticed. The path is crystal clear. The only question left is, what's the first project you're going to build?